Hello students, welcome back to MJC Learning. Today we are going to study chapter number 15 of chemistry, that is polymer. Here is part 11. So let's begin. These are the few topics that we have already discussed in the previous video lectures. So let us continue with polymers. Today we will discuss about molecular mass and degree of polymerization of polymers. As we know, during polymerization process, n number of monomers undergoes this process of polymerization and forms the polymers. These monomers are low molecular mass material and that are converted into polymers which are high molecular mass material. So these polymers are having high molecular mass. There are many ways to link different types of monomers to form a polymers. Polymers exhibits different physical properties compared to the monomers, but that totally depends on the length of the polymer chain. When the polymer chain form, their length and thus their weight, that means mass, also differ. A polymer is usually a complex mixture of molecules of different molecular masses. Molecular mass of polymer. What is this molecular mass of polymer? It is average of molecular mass of constituent molecules. So what is there in the polymer? In the polymer there is a long continuous chain of monomers. That means average of molecular mass of constituent molecules of monomers gives us molecular mass of polymers. Molecular mass of polymers also depends on degree of polymerization. What is this degree of polymerization? Degree of polymerization means how many monomeric units are present in a polymer. So, degree of polymerization is the number of monomeric units in a polymer molecule. But we have to consider what type of polymer is there. For example, whether it is homopolymer or a copolymer. Mechanical properties of polymers depends upon their molecular masses. What are these mechanical properties? Mechanical properties like elasticity, tensile strength, elongation or hardness. These properties of polymers depends on their molecular masses. These polymers may be a low molecular mass polymers or a high molecular mass polymers. If they are low molecular mass polymers, they are liable to be brittle and have a low mechanical strength. And if a polymers are allowed to attain very high molecular mass, it becomes tough and unmanageable. Both the conditions are undesirable. So, a polymer must possess a molecular mass more than certain minimum value in order to exhibit the properties needed for a particular application. That means molecular mass of polymer must have more than certain minimum value so that they shows the specific properties for a particular or a specific application. This minimum molecular mass corresponds to the critical degree of polymerization. But during this polymerization process, we have to control this process after certain stage. For polymers containing hydrogen bonding, the critical degree of polymerization is lower than those polymer which contain weak intermolecular forces. Let us discuss about biodegradable polymers. In the previous video, we discussed about the classification of polymers on the basis of biodegradability. As biodegradability is the ability of organic substances and material to be broken down into simple substances through the action of enzymes from microorganisms, and on the basis of biodegradability, two polymers are there, that is biodegradable and non-biodegradable polymers. So we can easily define what is biodegradable and non-biodegradable polymers. So biodegradable polymers which can degrade by microbes, while non-biodegradable polymers which cannot be degraded by microbes. So here are the statements for the non-biodegradable polymers and biodegradable polymers. The first one is non-biodegradable polymers. The polymers which cannot be degraded by microbes due to the strong chemical bond in it and stay in the environment for a long period of time, posing pollution problem. For example, PVC, polythene, polystyrene, Teflon, etc. The next one is biodegradable polymer, and the statement will be exactly opposite to that of non-biodegradable polymer. The polymers which are degraded by microorganisms within a suitable period and their degraded products do not cause any serious effects on the environment. For example, PHBV, that means polyhydroxy butyrate co beta hydroxy valerate. Next one is nylon 2 nylon 6. PGA, that is polyglycolic acid, and next to that is PLA, that is polylactic acid. Let us understand the first example of biodegradable polymer, that is PHBV. That means polyhydroxybutyrate co beta hydroxy valerate. PHBV is a thermoplastic linear aliphatic polyester polymer. Here thermoplastic means those polymers which are softening on repeated heating, that can be recycled or reusable. Linear, that means straight chain polymer. Aliphatic, that means open chain polymer. And polyester polymers means the polymer in which monomeric units are linked together by ester bond or ester linkage. Therefore, you can easily understand this now. PHBV is a thermoplastic linear aliphatic polyester polymer. PHBV is a copolymer of two bifunctional beta hydroxy carboxylic acids. What is copolymer? Copolymer are those polymer in which different type or different kind of monomers are used. As you know, bifunctional means it consists of two functional group. And what kind of monomers are there? Beta hydroxy carboxylic acid. What is this beta hydroxy carboxylic acids? A general formula is given. Carboxylic acid indicates COOH group is there. Beta hydroxy. Now here you can observe properly. COOH is bonded to the first carbon atom, that is called as alpha. Next to that is beta. So here on beta carbon OH group is present. That's why it is called as beta hydroxy. So you can easily understand now beta hydroxy and carboxylic acid. This PHBV is a copolymer of two bifunctional beta hydroxy carboxylic acids, namely beta hydroxy butyric acid and beta hydroxy valeric acid. Let us understand the preparation of PHBV. First monomer is beta hydroxy butyric acid. Now you can easily understand beta hydroxy, that means on beta carbon OH group is there, and butyric acid, that means in a straight chain there are 4 carbon atoms. So this is what the common name. Now IUPAC name is 3-hydroxy butanoic acid. So numbering will start with a COH carbon atom is number 1 carbon, then second, then third and fourth. So on third carbon there is OH group, that means hydroxy group. So name is 3-hydroxy, and in a straight chain there are 4 carbon, that's why 3-hydroxy butanoic acid. Second monomer is beta hydroxy valeric acid. Valeric acid indicates it contains 5 carbon atoms. So you can observe here in a straight chain there are 5 carbon atoms. On beta carbon hydroxy group is there, that's why its name is beta hydroxy valeric acid. And according to the IUPAC nomenclature, this is first carbon atom, then second carbon and third carbon. So OH group is present on the third carbon atom. That's why its name is 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. For the understanding the reaction and bond formation, we are just rearranging few groups while writing the monomeric units. In the first monomer, we will shift this OH in a straight chain and the CH3 will be shifting to this position of OH. So structure will look like this. So here is the carbon number 1, 2, 3 and 4, that is our 3-hydroxybutanoic acid only. The same thing we are doing for the second monomer. The CH3CH2 group will be shifted in the position of OH and OH will be shifted in the straight chain. The structure will look like this and the position of carbon is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and this is 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. These both the monomers undergoes polymerization with the elimination of water molecule. Let us understand how these water molecules are eliminating from this monomeric unit. OH from the carboxylic group of one monomeric unit and hydrogen from hydroxy group of other monomeric unit will be removed as a water molecule. So OH from COH of one monomer and H from hydroxyl group of other monomeric unit will be removed as a water molecule. Similarly here OH will be taken out from COH group and H will be taken out from the hydroxyl group of monomeric unit. Now let us guess the structure of PHBV after removal of this water molecule. So structure will start with oxygen dash O then dash CH down dash CH3. You can compare your structure. CH2 then CO, then this oxygen is directly bonded to the oxygen, then dash CH down dash CH2 CH3 in a straight chain, CH2 dash CO bracket complete N. So this is what your structure of PHBV, and you can observe here a ester linkage is present in the PHBV structure. Hydroxyl group of one monomer forms ester link by reacting with carboxyl group of other. Thus, PHBV is an aliphatic polyester with the name polyhydroxybutyrate co-beta hydroxyvalerate. Properties of PHBV. The properties of PHBV depends upon the ratio of these two monomers in it. 3-hydroxybutanoic acid provides stiffness, while 3-hydroxypentanoic acid promotes flexibility. Increase in the ratio of 3-hydroxybutanoic acid to 3-hydroxypentanoic acid results in as increase in melting point, water permeability and tensile strength. Properties of PHBV are: it is thermoplastic polymer, it is brittle and has a low elongation at break and low impact resistance. It is degraded by microbes in the environment. Uses of PHBV are: it is used in controlled release of drug. When drug is enclosed in capsules of PHBV, it is released when the polymer is degraded in a body. It is used in medical implants and repairs. It is used in specialty packing and orthopedic devices. It is also used in manufacturing bottles for consumers goods.